feel like I'm dying of a broken heart almost every day.
A mother's grief.
I felt something in my stomach. It's as if I was giving birth all over again. Got home, it's like God was just either preparing me for what was about to happen so that I could have enough strength to stand. I was laying in my bed. Got a call about 4:46 p.m. December the 28th. Detective Thompson, homicide. And he asked me, is this Miss Becks? And I said, yes, sir, it is. He said, do you know Warren Ransom? I said, of course I know her. That's my son. That's why something going on, or so I'm thinking, what's to happen? So he said, this is Detective Thompson calling from Houston homicide. We found your son dead this morning. How? Why? I think I kind of left for a minute. I was trying to give myself time to process it. Still trying to give myself time to process because I don't have closure. I'll never actually get closure.
For Tashia Becks, the pain is unrelenting. On December 28, 2021, her only son, 25-year-old Warren Ransom, was found dead in the courtyard of a Houston apartment complex. Despite no details from the police, her shock was compounded by the images on social media.
Looked on Facebook. You could just see my son's body displayed out there, just covered up. Houston Chronicles. Haven't even notified me, so imagine you getting that call and then the first thing you do is you look on social media and you just see your child's body displayed right there. Not even out of the respect of a parent, just even, you could at least show the scene versus that. So that stays in my head every day.
The anguish of seeing haunting images of her son's lifeless body at the crime scene, combined with the lack of answers from Houston PD, only deepened her longing for closure. It's a pain no parent should have to endure, a pain that compelled her to take action.
Went to Houston to try to meet with the detective that they say told me I had to have an appointment to speak to someone. I just got a call. Now mind you, this is the holidays, so you have Christmas just passed, which you didn't get to see him, you didn't get to see his kids, never made it to his kids, and we kept calling like something was wrong, like this is not like he's supposed to be. It's the holidays, so we can't do anything until next year. There's nobody down here to talk to. The precincts are closed and you need to make an appointment to come down here. Just don't show up down here at the department. Whoa. Finally got in touch with somebody the next year, January, the 5th, 6th. Tried to go identify my son's body. I was refused. They told me my son's body was put on hold and I couldn't see my son. Two more weeks went by. My son's body's still on hold. Can't see my son. I don't understand. My cousin went, I owns a funeral home. He went to go get my son. They told him that he wasn't ready. So we had to come back. I called, asked for the detective again, still nothing. Like, man, we're not gonna talk to you about anything. Like, we're not gonna talk to you about nothing. Reached out again. Almost 21 days later, my son's body released. So he was able to go to the funeral home. They still won't let me see my son, saying that it was too much for me. How do I know this is my son? I called the detective back, I called the chief Miskey back, I called Detective Thompson, and basically told me, well, we identified your son through his fingerprints. So the day of my son's funeral, I was allowed 30 minutes to go see my son if I could see my son. I went to walk towards the casket and it's like they had put an old man's face or something on. It's like an old man. Didn't even look like I couldn't even, by the time she opened, God just took me away, so I don't even remember the funeral. That's a closed casket.
This angel on my shirt, Latasha Hymond, was like my sister, favorite cousin. She was the life of the party. She was the life of the family. She was the type of person, even though I was the big cousin, the big brother, because I was out there in the streets in the early 90s. I'm gonna change the story up. I was the gang member. I was the problem. I was the issue. I was the leader. But in spite of all of that, she was my leader. Big cousin, slow down. God got something for you. Big cousin, that's not you. You bigger than that. Take a chill pill. Matter of fact, come over here, let me do your hair for free. Just to get out the street for a couple hours. She'll braid my hair for free. I sit in her chair while she braiding my hair and she giving me knowledge. But I still remember the words she tell me. Big cousin, God got something for you. This is not you. You put on a mask, cousin. And you got a good heart. You got a good spirit. She pouring this into me and I'm like 10 years older than her. But this is the kind of love she pouring into me. So now she pouring in love in me, she pouring into everybody. They sit in her chair.
For community leader Felton Jenkins, July 4th, 2024 started as a celebration, but ended in tragedy. His cousin, hair and makeup artist Latasha Hymond, was killed during a shooting at a block party in Southeast Fort Worth.
It was on the 4th of July. They was at a firework, her boyfriend, a couple of more, I guess, friends and loved ones. It's like something we have every year in Fort Worth, different locations. And they was in a location. And actually, she was on Facebook Live. This the cold part about it. She was on Facebook Live, showing the scene. A lot of kids, a lot of people out there. And I guess about 30 minutes after that, to my understanding, they told them to calm down the fireworks, to ease the fireworks. And it did not happen. So I guess they were shooting fireworks towards her house. And after that, gunshots went to ringing, and she was an innocent bystander. Truth to be told, I was on Facebook, and I seen her picture, so I'm like, man, this girl just posting. She probably do somebody makeup, and her picture was going up and down Facebook that whole time. Until some say, hold on, go back on her again and see what she got going on. So when I went on her, it says, R-I-H, Tashia, and I dropped everything. And I went to my knees right at work.
Tonight, we're also hearing from community leaders after a violent night in Fort Worth, where at least 10 people were shot in separate shootings. A block party with hundreds of people just got out of control and turned violent on Castleman Street. That's in Southeast Fort Worth last night. Police believe multiple suspects started shooting. 3 people were hit, and 1 of them died. Another person died after a medical emergency. Community leaders this afternoon called for a stop to all of this violence.
All that I can do is a pastor and pray, grab the rest of these young men and young women and show them this is real.
The news of his cousin Latasha's murder hit Felton like a wave, pulling him into a dark place he thought he'd left behind. Memories of his past life in gangs and the instinct for retaliation resurfaced, threatening to undo all the progress he had made. The urge to avenge his cousin's death was strong, a stark reminder of how quickly grief can reignite old wounds.
Fear came in my heart. The old me started to rise back up. the gang side of me, the retaliation part of me that was dead, be honest, it rose back up to me that I don't need nobody to do this. I can go out and do this by myself. I can find them and take care of the issue. But then too, I had to realize how far I came and what kind of benefit they're gonna bring. So what I did at that moment, I had to light up the city. I don't know if you heard it, where I had prayer over the whole city. And I had the city to come out and celebrate not only her life, them babies' life, and everybody that lost their life on the 4th of July.
A family's dream of watching two young sisters grow up was shattered in an instant by gun violence. 4-year-old Ivy and 1-year-old Winter were in the back seat of a car at a Fort Worth car wash on the 4th of July. Gunshots rang out and the young sisters were killed.
Murder on July 4th is becoming a troubling tradition. The same day that Latasha was killed, another shooting in South Fort Worth claimed the lives of 2 young children, just 15 months and 4 years old, alongside an adult victim. These heartbreaking losses add to an ongoing cycle of gun violence that has plagued Fort Worth's 4th of July celebration in recent years, leaving families shattered and communities searching for answers.
And take a look at your screen right now. This is new surveillance video from Monday night, just showing the moment people started running after shots were fired in the Como neighborhood.
Year after year, what should be a time of unity and celebration has instead become a grim reminder of the urgent need to address this epidemic of seemingly never-ending gun violence.
10 o'clock at night, I had to get out of my bed and go to a crime scene and grab the mother that was crying. Oh, her baby just got killed the day before that. Somebody walk up to her and just shot him right in the chest. And the crowd full of people, bro, they like, come on now. So what can I give to that mother? What can I say as a community leader? What can I give to her? Nothing but a hug and my support. Then what make it worse, it was babies, 16, 17, sitting around a pole, crying, weeping. They traumatized. They gonna need mental help. What are we doing about it? We don't talk about them issues. After we lose someone, how can we help the other families? We cut them a check. We help them bury their loved one. Everybody get this, put it on the shirt. They have a candlelight, they get drunk, they smoke, and it's done.
Both Tashia and Felton share a common frustration: the undeniable role the music industry plays in glorifying gun violence and influencing Black youth. They point to lyrics that celebrate killing and retaliation, normalizing a destructive cycle for impressionable listeners. This messaging isn't just entertainment, it's a powerful force that shapes attitudes, fuels violence, and contributes to the devastating loss of young lives in their own communities.
Like NWA, it was off the chain. But at the same time, you know, we had respect. I knew how to respect you as a man. The music today is nothing but straight killing. I kill your mama. I kill your kids. That influence, the devil music, let me be honest, it's not God's music. They even say it in their songs. I put it on God. What God are you talking about?
Somebody that's an artist out there. Let's say if it was T.I., let's see if it was Jay-Z or Beyonce. You from here, all those people down there. I wouldn't be sitting here trying to share my story with nobody else just to get the justice and the help that I need. I shouldn't have to. Where are y'all people? Y'all are in the, where are y'all at? Where do y'all play into this part? What do y'all give back to the people? What do you give back to your own kind? You don't give them back nothing. But they can buy your music, but what are you doing to these people? Y'all hear these stories. Where are y'all at? Why aren't y'all out there trying to advocate, you know what I'm saying, mentor? Or this what you're selling? This is what you're selling, because this is what's really going on. So if you're not out here talking about killing or driving by with your big change and having this on and where, that don't have anything to do with me raising my child or my grandchild. That's putting nothing but negativity all across the board.
While music may influence behavior and attitudes, it doesn't answer the pressing question: who is supplying these weapons? Guns, often more accessible than opportunities, continue to flood communities, leaving young people not just armed, but vulnerable.
I'm gonna be blunt about it, not our color. bringing the guns in and allow these kids to buy these guns with no expectation. No, it's not the police. They only can do what they can do. The city of Fort Worth can only do what they do. Other cities can only do what they do. These is actually people coming in a new way with KKK. We ain't got to kill y'all, y'all kill yourself. So let's make sure we bring the guns in, and we gonna sell them to y'all. We gonna sit back, and we know y'all gonna kill each other, so we don't have to do it.
It's not a rocket science to figure this out. I just can't go and just get 20,000 guns right there and then drugs and so on and so forth. Somebody got to give it to me. Government gonna stay rich. The rich, that's the pimp. Rich gonna stay rich. The poor gonna stay poor. It is what it is. So we'll give you these things out here to kill y'all so that we can continue to live. We ain't gotta work. We are working. This is our job. It's to supply y'all with the things to kill y'allself.
I'm gonna say this with boldness, but when an officer kill us, our whole city will riot, tear down the city, burn down our own city, burn down our own people, and they'll come together. But when we take each other's life, everybody shut up.
And that silence only allows the cycle of gun violence to continue, perpetuating the devastating pattern of black-on-black homicide.
We our problem. We our own worst enemy. Because we're doing it to ourselves. Until we stop doing it to ourselves.
The security footage shows children outside playing when that shooting begins. Dozens of gunshots. Those kids go running for safety, ducking for cover.
We can't point the finger at nobody because it starts with us and it's going to end with us.
For families like Felton's and Tashia's, the trauma of losing a loved one to gun violence is a lifelong burden. The grief is unrelenting, the questions unanswered, and the scars, both seen and unseen, remain fresh. Thankfully, organizations like MAMA, Mothers of Murdered Angels, provide much-needed comfort and support, creating a space for those who've endured these unimaginable losses to find solidarity. But even that support can't erase the pain or bring back the loved ones they've lost. For Tashia, the emotions of losing her only son are overwhelming, and the grief she carries is something she grapples with every day.
As anybody that loves their child, you're supposed to be angry. You're supposed to be upset. I feel revengeful sometimes. You know, I sit and I meditate and I thank God, and I have to continue to pray. I ask Him to give me strength, to give me justice. Don't let me react upon myself just to get something that I shouldn't even have to go through as a mother to ask for. I shouldn't have to try to seek justice and seek on my own. That's not even none of my character. So I have to keep my faith. I have to keep God and ask Him, Lord, just reveal it to me. Reveal it to me. Vengeance is yours. Don't let it be mine. Just angry. And I'm hurt. And I just feel like the whole little justice, it just fails. There's nothing there.